Hello, my friends. Let's make sure we have volume. There it is. Hello. Hi, guys. Kate Rubin here, your friendly neighborhood modern mystic, energy healer, divine light channel, all around sass mistress, direct shooter, straight talking, light transmission, psychic antenna. Coming at ya. I have had a lovely weekend. I'm kind of on fire, can you tell? Also a lot of caffeine. Now, let's get to your 3-card spread. I have pulled trace cards, para ti. I'm not going to say much about this one. I'm just going to get into it and we'll talk about it as we go. Okay, so the recent past, we have the talisman card, which has everything to do with the wisdom that you have gained along the journey of your life. Sometimes I think we forget to value the actual wisdom we each have gained. You have been through things. You have learned lessons. You get to believe in the lessons you have learned. Why? Because you've learned them and they're yours and that's real. We'll come back and see what Colette Baron Reed has to say about that. But for now, the present moment card is the cleaning house card. Very interesting card from my perspective. And the outcome is don't panic, the sad embrace card. I actually really like the sad embrace card, and you'll see why when I read the words Colette has to say about it. So, as you guys know, I open the Akashic Records for the group of you before I do the 3-card spread. I'm meditating and praying for highest guidance, past, present, and future for you guys while I'm shuffling. And then I get an energetic awareness of when it's time to stop shuffling, and that's where all this comes from. This is how all this is happening. So, yeah, this is tailored to you. Okay, let's just get into it. Okay, so what she says is, in the recent past, we have yes, please join me, whoever that person is. I'm learning new things about Facebook Lives. Okay, we're gonna move on. The talisman card. Wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey. It helps you recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right things to do and the best choices to make. You really can't commit a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You've learned your lessons and earned the right to your success. Let's really internalize this. Whatever your inquiry, whatever you're going through, right now, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. I would like to remind all of us today that wisdom doesn't always tell you that you're going to get exactly what you want, but wisdom always points us to exactly what we need. And wisdom also points us exactly to and directly to what is most fulfilling, most success producing, most in alignment, most correct for our individual makeup. So remember, it's not always in the short term exactly what your ego and mind and belly and body might want, but wisdom takes us to what is correct, what is right-sized, what is aligned. But sometimes in order to step into those energies, we have to do some house cleaning. So in the present moment, we're in the cleaning house energy. When you see the cleaning house card in a reading, it's time to declutter your life. Get rid of unwanted things in your physical home and release what you no longer want or truly need. Is there any unfinished business you should address? Thoughts, memories, and emotional baggage must be swept out of your house as well. Your conscience must be clear for you to move freely in the world. That's such an important sentence. Your conscience must be clear in order for you to move freely in the world. Have you ever walked around your life with the weight of a guilty conscience or a truth not spoken conscience? You ever walked around with the weight of that on your back? I don't know about you, but for me, it creates a real heavy and slow drag in the field. Celebrate a spring cleaning and feel the freedom as you make way for much better things. Look at what you've look at what you've resisted discarding and be honest about its value. Be honest, clean house. So your wisdom is real. You've gained it on the journey of your life. You could trust it in the recent past. In the present moment, you're being asked to be honest and get rid of any clutter that is not necessary. The outcome is the sad embrace card, which is not as bad as it may look on the front of itself. Let's read it. You may be entering into a period where loss is a theme. Perhaps you're having to let go of a cherished dream. If so, take heart, for this ending may have been for your highest good. A better and more powerful dream will be realized in your life if you can accept the loss. I wonder if anyone out there will hear that sentence to the degree that it is true. A better and more powerful dream will be realized in your life if you can accept the loss. I was just watching an episode of The Bachelorette where the second to last bachelor, who's like vying for the hand of the bachelorette, cannot understand how she could have not chosen him. Can't understand it. Can't internalize it. When we can't accept something that's occurring, it's because we do not want to go through the emotional pain of grieving the loss. Also, it's often because we don't want to look at the spiritual teachings that the ending is trying to show us. In other words, if a lady doesn't have interest in talking to you or marrying you, guy on The Bachelorette, what do you need to learn from that? Was this just not a right fit? Did you bring something to the table that didn't work? Like, what's reality? And once we can get into reality, you can grieve what needs to be grieved. And then eventually, after you've grieved, you can move on. Everybody likes to move on real fast and say positive words to themselves on top of their grief, which never helps you get through the grief. The only way out of grief is through the grief. Okay, I'm preaching. Relationships based on faulty foundations are meant to end at this time. Disappointment is a form of perception. If your expectations weren't met, a sense of loss arises along with sadness and grief. Express these emotions. This is just what I was saying. Tears are like healing rain that can restore life to a parched inner landscape. Indeed. Growth is always assured. Whatever the loss, however great it is, let go and experience your feelings so that you may soon see the beauty that lies ahead. So that's what I mean about the sad embrace card not being such a bummer after all. It's like if you do the work of embracing yourself while you're sad in the coming future here, right around the corner, where loss might be a theme for a minute. Remember, this is just 1 week's reading. It's not forever. It's just right now. If you do the work of embracing, if we all, myself for sure included, do the work of embracing ourselves during the grief period, we get through the grief period and bigger, better things, truer dreams that can be realized can arrive right around the corner. So you've gained wisdom and you get to trust your own wisdom. This is a moment in the present about cleaning house. What needs to be decluttered? Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it your closet? Is it your financial reality? Is it your head? Is it your body? What is it? And let's embrace any grief that comes up, because the faster you embrace the grief, the faster you get through it. Remember last week's reading was like shiny roses and rainbows. And now we're getting a little bit of, okay, and now we're going to cry for a minute. And don't worry, because that doesn't mean that forever you'll be crying. Who knows? We could be at shiny roses and rainbows again next week. So embracing our grief is the way through the grief. Positive mumbo jumbo spiritual bullshit on top of your grief is not going to get you to wholeness. Certainly not going to get you to what you actually desire, not at least in my experience. Personally, what I desire is a sense of wholeness, knowing who I am, integrity, knowing what's true for me, and the potency, power, willingness, heart, and energy to pursue what's true for me, to receive what's true for me. So if it takes a little crying and loving myself to get to that, I'm down. How about you? All right, we've got room in Star Beings class, which begins tomorrow night, the 30th of August. That's right. Tuesday nights, 6 to 8 p.m. This is for mid-level to advanced spiritual seekers and starseeds, light workers who are looking to activate the light body, deepen your connection with source, clear any trauma, pain, or odd energies in the field, entities, demons, past lives, karma, anything. We can clear it all. We do it over a 5-week class, and you also get one private healing session this round. So it's 5 weeks altogether, Tuesdays, 6 to 8 p.m. So 2 hours for a week for 5 weeks. Language, words, time, saying things. And then you get a private 50-minute session with yours truly. So hop on in and join us. Actually, what you'll want to do is message me if you're interested, and we can have a quick chat about whether this is the right class for you. We start tomorrow night. And if you're ready just for your own private Akashic Records reading and or to do some deep healing, some deep trauma work, hit me up, KatieRubin.com.